Here, I'm going to tell you a story of failure, my failure. So I told you Centropolis, the company in my 20s, right? We did Independence Day. Roland Dean and I started a visual effects company. I raised about 15 million for that. 4 years later, we got a buyout offer from a German conglomerate called Tasselwerk, right? So I was like 28, cash in my pocket, had sold a company. You know, as one thinks in their 20s that you're smarter than you actually are. I was like, oh, this worked out great. I sold the company twice, right? Later to realize that was a lot of luck, okay? So when I left Fox, News Corp, I went to do a small startup. It was really just me. We got to about 60,000 monthly active users. We had raised a pre-seed and a seed. We really didn't get to that inflection point of like hundreds of thousands and millions of users to get a Series A, and had to close it. And man, I was depressed. I was embarrassed. I was ashamed. I'd bump into friends and they were still in film. They're like, hey, Puri, how's it going? And I was like, oh yeah, probably gonna close it. This didn't work. And I just felt like a huge failure. I had two startups before Suka took off. I had two startups that both didn't work. Here's the end of that story. When the wounds were still bleeding, when it was fresh, I got to call my investors today and tell them, I just don't think this is going any further, right? I lost your money. That fresh. I sat alone at home. And there's a chair that I have with like a big window right behind me. Like the light comes right on you. What did I learn? Both times. And I realized that there's a balance between having a vision, being like, this is what we're building, and being flexible and getting input, being like, hey man, like there were people along the way with both those companies that gave me really valuable input. And I thought, well, they don't really get it. No, actually they did get it better than I did.